Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Banao Bharat Trading for Living Thursday Nifty expiry session, 2nd of November, and Nifty has seen the first settlement for the month of November. It has closed at 19,145 on the spot, and there was some free trade in Nifty futures today in the opening candle. So today we'll be just looking into the Nifty spot chart. You can see here it opens at around 19,106 and all the way goes up to 19,175. From there on makes one correction on the down move, but by then it had already shown some symptoms of the up move, because of which we initiated a long call at around 19,106, but after that it again comes down, goes all the way down to 19,064. From there on makes a slight pullback and closes well at 19,145. So Nifty's first expiry yesterday, news event in the international market. FOMC decides to keep the rates unchanged, but has made some kind of a mixed comments on the economy as a whole. Still, Dow Jones and Nasdaq and also S&P have actually played out well in the yesterday's session, and today also we are seeing the continuation of that. In line with international markets, in line with a good positive opening in the Asian markets in the morning, our Indian Nifty as well as Sensex also kind of gap up and show some signs of buying that might emerge in the coming days. So today's move is critical. Coming to the Bank Nifty was not showing much of a strength in spite of showing a similar pattern on like a Nifty. You can see here, if you see today's chart, both look very similar, but the same very chart is having a negative short trade in Bank Nifty at 42,986. So from there on it goes down to 42,796, but once again tries to come up and close at around 43,035. This is also the Nifty spot chart. The thing is, don't just go by each day's chart patterns. You have to also take into account a lot of other factors before deciding on whether on any given day the Nifty or Bank Nifty having any strength or any weakness. As anticipated, there was strength in Nifty chart, but there was weakness in Bank Nifty chart. Today being the settlement of Nifty, we were more keen to play on the long side on Nifty chart rather than playing the short side on Bank Nifty. In fact, yesterday's global event had shown some upward movement in the global markets. Today's morning Asian markets are also were on the higher side, and Nifty was having an expiry and Nifty was showing positive while the Bank Nifty was showing negative, when there are so many factors which was reflecting up move. We didn't wanted to play the Bank Nifty on the downside, though it had given some quick 1 or 2 candles movement of around 200 points. We were not keen on playing the Bank Nifty. We wanted to go with the trend wherein most of the parameters were indicating for the long trade. So this is what happens in trend following system. Each one has its own merits, though the chart more or less for Nifty and Bank Nifty looks same for the day. The inherent strength was there in Nifty and inherent weakness was there in Bank Nifty. So the lesson for today would be don't try to replicate based on one chart and playing the other chart. If you had looked into Nifty chart and if you had seen similar kind of pattern is emerging in both Nifty and Bank Nifty, you would have misled by going long in Bank Nifty. Or if you are a Bank Nifty trader and looking at Bank Nifty, if you had made a view on Nifty, because both charts were anyway looking similar or almost exactly same at exact same time, there were some differences based on the past data, which is very critical for any technical analysis system. The current data, yes, matters, but more than the current data, past price action is very critical with respect to how the candles have formed previously. So that being the case, today there was some amount of inherent strength in Nifty and inherent weakness in Bank Nifty. Both have played more or less the same way. Starting tomorrow will be the expiry of Sensex and beginning of new settlement for Nifty. Today was beginning of new settlement for Bank Nifty, because Bank Nifty expires on Wednesday, Nifty expires on Thursday, Sensex expires on Friday, mid caps on Monday and Fin Nifty on Tuesday. So almost all the 5 days we have expiries going on. Expiry trading is a challenge, because if you see Nifty today, it had kind of resistance at around 19,100. It was hovering in this region for quite some time, and because of lot of open interest at 19,100, there was a good amount of tug of war, and till the very end we were not sure whether we will end up in green or not. Our entry level was at around 19,100, and at the end of the day, for having waited for so long, since 11:15 to 3:15, about 4 hours, we were not sure till the end whether we will see any returns for the day or not, because there was very high interest at ATM strike of 19,100 till yesterday. For last 2 days the data was very bearish, so there was good amount of shorts being built up, and because of the event US Fed news yesterday, today our markets gap up and it took lot of short sellers by surprise, and they had to do some amount of recovery, some amount of salvage act, some amount of reshuffling of their positions. So the tug of war was visible. Bulls were keen to take the indices higher, but it was not so much easy for them. Otherwise, on an expiry day, you would easily get 100 or 150 points of jump from the lows, but that did not happen today. Anyway, that is how the markets are. All that we can do is understand the rhythm of the market and be in sync with the rhythm of the market as much as possible. If we are not understanding the tune that is being played in the market, if we are not understanding the steps that are being put in the market, then it is better to stay in the sidelines, observe the chart, observe the candles, and then once you really start understanding the price action, you can really start trading with more confidence. In fact, daily expiries have brought in daily challenges for the intraday traders. Yes, it is alluring, it is looking lucrative that you can, because of the expiry, you option buyers especially can play the game for as little as 20 or 30 points on Nifty and for as little as 40 or 50 points on Bank Nifty, and they get a very close by strike sometimes at the money strike. Today while we were trading 19,100 levels, 19,100 call was available at 20 points, which means for just 20 rupees of risk there was a unlimited upside potential that was being offered on the trade. And for a option seller, he had to contend with only 20 points movement, and on Nifty 20 to 50 points movement is nothing these days. That being the case, option sellers are finding it very difficult to trade with low premiums and low volatility. But then the game keeps shifting. Sometimes it is option buyers who make the money, sometimes it is option sellers who make the money. Sometimes bad traders, either whether they are option sellers or option buyers, on both legs they end up losing. So become a better trader, understand the market dynamics well, start small, be in the game, do not allow yourself for bigger losses. Just few small basic principles if you adopt early on in your trading career, then it will help you to be in the game for long. And once you are in the game for long, you will realize you can start reading the charts much better, and you are no lesser compared to any institutional trader. Even in institutions, there are people like you and me. There was a time when institutions had an advantage of data or information being available to them much before the public, but that level playing field is now available. Any institutional trader is on par with you, so the same set of data that you are looking into is what he is also looking into, or the same set of information and data points is available to all of us, and almost instantaneously, which means maybe there is a delay of 5 or 10 seconds, or maybe a delay of 1 minute, but beyond 1 minute there is no delay of information, or there is no delay of data in terms of at least the exchange information. So now we cannot crib, institutions are having a better advantage. Yes, the one advantage that they still carry is huge capital. Even if they make a mistake, they can sit on capital, they can sit on positions, they can average out their positions, they have lot more room to play around and wriggle out of the problems. But the retail trader may not have so much of luxury with respect to the capital and the time available. Yes, these two restrictions we need to manage, but these challenges if you can overcome, then definitely this is a fantastic thing to be in for a lifelong purpose. So having said that, nothing much as of now. Looks like on the whole Nifty and Bank Nifty both are kind of might find some more 100-200 points more from this level in the coming days until it hits some good resistance. As of now looks like it has cleared few of the resistance. Today the buy call has survived, so 19,233, 234 probably, that is one resistance which might be a challenge tomorrow. US markets are trading well today also, which means there will be one more attempt to go around 19,200 levels tomorrow for sure. Whether what kind of data points it will create around those levels will determine the further course of action. Until then, let us not try to predict it. Let us wait for data to emerge, let us wait for the formations to happen, and then if we are comfortable with the patterns that are emerging while the markets are live and active, then definitely we can put our foot into the water. Until then, there is no point in contemplating what will happen tomorrow. It is better to get a good day's or good night's sleep for 8 hours and wake up in the morning without any preconceived notion, except that a kind of anticipation or some kind of a positive bias for tomorrow's start. After that, as the day goes by, we have to align ourselves with the market movements. That is all you have to do on a daily basis. As an intraday trader, do not fix yourself for anything. Just try to understand the rhythm of the market and try to tune yourself into the same rhythm as the market is being played out. If you can tune yourself into that, then life becomes easier with not much of challenges. Of course, many a times we also go wrong. That is the nature of the market, that is the nature of our methodology also. Nobody has a holy grail or nobody is 100% perfect. And what we have realized is it's not required to be 100% perfect. It's okay to be approximately or to a large extent to be on the right side. You don't have to be 100% right, but to a large extent if you are right, then that itself is more than sufficient. So don't attempt for perfection. That is one beauty with option sellers. Actually, option sellers never do perfect trades, but their trades gets managed with adjustments. As the markets emerge with new information, new rhythm, new movements, option sellers are very agile in adjusting themselves. That is why there is more chances for option sellers to make money than option buyers. Option buyers, very quickly they will know whether they are in the game or they are out of the game, and if they wait for too long, then they are more likely to lose than to make. But option sellers, the more they wait, the more the theta decay will help them, and more they wait, the more markets will reveal itself. Once the market starts revealing itself, then it becomes easier for us to trade the or take the positions. So how do we do that? We have to start small and go along with the market movements. Try to have a close watch on the rhythm or the flow of the market. Then it becomes easier for you to keep doing the adjustments, and somewhere down the line you will get that momentum and you will end up cutting one side of the leg and other side will start earning you good profits. This is what option sellers do in a agile way. Agility is very important and sufficient capital is also required for adjustments. So if you have these two things, if you are quick in understanding or tuning yourself along with the market movement, then option selling is one of the best game in the industry. Well, we will see as we go along. It's getting late now, 22:20, which means it's night 10:20. Let us have a good rest for the day. Once again, meet tomorrow. Until then, Om Swasti.